Oh, happy Wednesday, everyone. Hello. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, my name is Terry, and welcome to my kitchen. So, it is Wednesday, World Wide Web Wednesday. So, y'all already know what that means. We're going to be talking social media mess, and it is for sure mess. There's lots of things going on in the interwebs, and we're going to discuss them today. We also are going to be making an Asian noodle salad. I know y'all tired of me and my Asian flavors, but let me tell you something, honey. Asian food is bomb, and we just gonna be cooking it on this channel quite often, okay? So thank y'all again for joining. I definitely have to say hello to everyone who's in the chat. Let me start with Celeste. What is she saying here? We got happy Wednesday, everyone. This is gonna be a good little cooking chat. Yes, it will be. Miss Peach Love reminding everyone to tap that like button on your way in. Thank you so much for being here. Hello to you all. Y'all like my earrings? I was like, you know what? Let me jazz it up a little bit. Then we have Wilbur. Greetings, Wilbur. I haven't seen you in a while. I have seen you in Maggie's chat. I might have seen you a couple times, but haven't seen you in a while. So thank you so much for being here. Lots of changes on the channel, but we invite you to come on in and take a seat, okay? Yes, a lot of mess on y'all. We gonna be talking about who we talking about? We talking about the lady who won the lottery. We're gonna be talking about the lottery winner lady. We're gonna be talking about Jess Hilarious. Oh God, we gotta update. We gotta come back about the Carlee Russell situation. I know we've already talked about that in the past, but we just gotta. I want us to have a little discussion and kind of like bring it full circle. Okay, I ain't gonna harp too much on the details because I really don't harp too much on the details on these Wednesdays anyway, because they're already out there. It's really just an opportunity for us to discuss. And then we also going to talk about the queen bee of reality TV, Nene Leakes. Lots to discuss with her. And then we're also, did I say Jess Hilarious already? We're going to be talking about Jess Hilarious. We'll get into that too. But yes, thank you so much. Skin popping, hair popping. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying with this hair. Wilbur says, I've been on daddy duty. My 5-month-old just happens to be asleep now. Well, we'll make sure, keep the volume down so you don't wake her up. Yes, daddy duty. I love it. I love it. So let's get started, y'all. We're going to get started right away with the food because it's not going to take that long to cook the food. Actually, it's more of the prep, as y'all know. Y'all know me. I like to show y'all the prep. Oh, wait, before I get started, let me greet someone else. He says, hello, Miss Terry. I'm drinking a double rum and Coke. I'm at the bar waiting to buy you a drink. I'm really at the bar. Derek, you at the bar. It is, well, it's 3 o'clock because Derek is in East Coast time. So I guess. Well, I don't need a drink right now. I have my water. I'm not going to be drinking liquor today. We'll save the liquor for Friday. I already put up the live. I'm letting y'all know what we doing. Here, my dishwasher was running. I had to turn that off. It's too loud. All right. So we are going to be making, like I said, Asian noodle salad with shrimp. I am going to be showing y'all. Well, I'm going to be doing everything for the shrimp on camera because I didn't do any prep for this meal because, again, it is going to be very, very quick. So, all right. With the shrimp, I actually bought these this morning, y'all. These are nice shrimp. They're nice and big. Y'all can see. I got these from Sprouts, and they're like wild caught shrimp. They're pretty big. They're actually kind of expensive, but I say, you know what? I'm going to be a little fancy for my peoples on YouTube, cook something nice for them. I should have got this. I need another cutting board. So we're going to have to peel the shrimp as well as devein it because it didn't come deveined. I hate buying shrimp like that, but I wanted really nice shrimp for this particular meal. And since they didn't have those available, this is what I had to get. All right. So when you're deveining shrimp, you want to make sure you take your knife. You want to here, let's have it here. You want to cut around the edge of the shrimp in the back, and then you'll pull out the little membrane. Sometimes they don't have large ones. Other times it's like really nasty. So make sure you pulled all that gunk out. And then we're also going to rinse the shrimp to clean them really good. So yes, I see someone else is here in the building. Mr. Craig Lamar, he says he's late. You're never late. You're right on time. Thank you so much for being here, of course. Y'all didn't see. So have y'all seen my community tab? Because if y'all didn't, you need to go see. Y'all see the lighting here has been improved. It's a lots of new things, new changes going on in the channel. And we have no one else to thank but Mr. Craig Lamar for his extremely generous gifting to the channel. So shout out to Craig. Everybody say Craig the man in the chat, in the comments. Show Craig some love for showing us some love, okay? If you'd like to see everything we received, go ahead and look at my community tab. I posted a picture. I also filmed the unboxing because it was just too much to do on camera. So like on the live. So I filmed it and I will be, I'm going to be posting that. So yeah, here's the shrimp. This is what it's going to be looking like, y'all. This is a process. So while I'm doing the shrimp, we're going to start talking about all of our social media shenanigans that have been happening on the interwebs here today or this week. First thing I want to discuss, y'all, is this lottery winner. So I don't know if y'all know. First of all, does anybody in the chat, do y'all play the lottery? Because I actually do. I feel like an old lady. I don't play like back in the day when I was growing up. My sister can confirm. My grandfather used to go to the corner store and play lottery literally every single day. He would go and play the lottery for himself and my grandmother. And they will always play like the pick 3 and the pick 4. I don't ever play those numbers, y'all. I never play that. I only play like the Powerball, Mega Millions, and I also play like these other bigger games that they have here in Arizona. My family is a gambling family. So casino, lottery, you name it, we doing it, okay? Growing up, that was a thing. So I play the lottery quite often. At one point, I had like 30, 40 lottery tickets that I had never even gone to see if they were winners. And when I finally went to go see y'all, I had 0 winners. I was so mad. Actually, a few of the tickets were expired. That's how long I had them. But now I'm doing better about going to check in to see if my tickets are winners. So last week, the Powerball had got up to $1 billion. I played. And apparently the ticket was won in California. The next day, the local news station went to like the little convenience store in downtown LA. It was called Las Palmitas. Went to the convenience store to like present the lottery commission, I guess, wanted to present the store with their bonus. Because, you know, every time the store, if someone hits the jackpot on one of those big lotteries, then the store that sold the ticket actually gets a bonus. And I think they were getting like $1 million because it had got up to $1 billion. So anyway, they were there. All of a sudden, while the cameras were rolling, wait, we already starting today. Okay, I see what you're doing. Let me see. We have a notification. So we got a notification from Derek Gaines. He sends a $30 cash app. He says, for my bar tab. I know you see me winking. Thank you, Derek. Thank you. Sip for me while you at the bar. So anyway, The lady, while the camera crew was there, the local news was there, everybody was there. They were, presenting the news or the convenience store with their bonus check. And this lady runs into the store. She got on like a black cap. Y'all seen the pictures of her? I got her on the thumbnail. She runs in. She's like crying and like celebrating or whatever. And like I guess she said like she won. She was saying stuff like as everybody was like she was the winner. They tried to talk to her, like the news people actually tried to like talk to her, interview her, and she was just like acting like she was just overwhelmed with emotions. Then all of a sudden she ran out the store, gets into a car, and runs off. And like the owner of the store or his daughter was like, she's not the one who won. That's not the winner. But apparently they thought she was. Like it was all over the news. I don't even know. I even heard something about somebody said that the lady who won, and I don't know if this was the actual person who won or that lady who was faking like she won, but they were saying something about like this lady was happy to have won the lottery because she can finally afford an apartment in LA or something like that. But apparently this lady was acting as if she won the lottery. The people at the store was like, maybe she just wanted to be on TV. But I mean, in 2023, are people really that pressed to be on TV? Like, are we really doing that? It's just weird to me. I just, why are you doing that? What's the point? What is the point? Did y'all hear that story? I'm going to pull up y'all comments in a minute. We almost done with this shrimp. I'm going to rinse it off. And then we will season it. It's going to be actually real easy and simple to. So Celeste asked a question. I'm going to pull it up. Let me rinse my hand. Celeste asked a question. Do they even know who the real winner? Usually those big awards wait a few months to collect. Yeah, so first of all, I would not be waiting a few months. Thank you very much. If y'all got to know that I won, y'all just going to have to know, but I'm changing my number. I recently changed it. I changed it again. But apparently they haven't released who won. From the news article that I was reading, it didn't sound like the person who actually won came forward. But I know for sure they haven't released the name. They haven't announced who won. But in California, apparently they are required to say who won. I don't know if the person is required to like go on TV. And I don't know, like, that's the only thing about winning those big jackpots. Like, do you have to go on TV? I won't want to go on TV. Celeste asked how many pounds of shrimp do I have? I actually have a little bit. It was almost 3/4 of a pound. These are large shrimp. This is really a one-person meal. And so I was going to get like a 1/2 pound of shrimp because I wanted like 6 of these big, large shrimp. Y'all see? This is it in my hand. My hands are normal size. They ain't that big, but they ain't super small either. So yeah, nice size shrimp. And so we're just deveining them. It's kind of almost butterflying them, but it's cool. It's cute. So yeah. Let's see. Miss Peach Love says, yes, they are pressed to be on TV and social media. You know what? That makes sense. That makes sense because it actually kind of goes along with the next thing that I wanted to talk about. And that was an update on y'all girl, y'all little sister, little cousin, Carlee Russell. Because it's all out there and open now. We all know she did it. She faked it. She did it. She faked it. Apparently yesterday, there was a news conference from the Hoover PD. They said that Carlee was supposed to come into the police station. She instead had her lawyer send a statement on her behalf, basically admitting to the fact that she lied. She made the whole story up. She was never abducted. There was never a baby. None of that. You know, it's so much to say about that. Like it's actually too easy to go in on Carlee. So I'm really gonna try not to go in on Carlee, but like I want to. I really want to. Let's see what these comments saying. People are very strange. It's weird to me. I understand it because I get the world that we live in today, but like, why, why so much? Because being on social media, not that I don't have a huge following. Like my Instagram has the most people on it. I got like a little bit over 5,200 followers on Instagram. So my social media reach is small as hell. Okay. However, like I am on social media. I'm on YouTube and all this kind of stuff. I'm putting myself out there as like a business person, influencer, whatever you want to call it. Right. So like I understand why people want to be on social media, but the way in which that people go about these antics is troublesome. And it really, really makes me wonder like where are we going psychologically as humans? Cuz this is a lot. Like this is too much. But in regards to the Carlee story, I see someone else has made it. Miss Tasha, thank you so much for being here, Tasha. Craig said, "Them your people. Them ain't my peoples. Them ain't my people. You." He want me to go hard on her. It's too easy. It's too easy. All right. So, for those that are just joining, we are making Asian noodle soup. I had some shrimp that I bought this morning from Sprouts. I bought like a 3/4 of a pound of shrimp from Sprouts. These are large shrimp. I'm going to show y'all. So these are the shrimp that I bought. Nice size shrimp. I took the shells off, deveined them. Now we're just going to rinse them really well. And then we will be seasoning these shrimp. Very simple, very easy. Part of our Asian noodle salad, we're going to be using some herbs. We got some shallots, some tomatoes. We're going to be making a dressing, of course, an Asian. It's kind of like a Thai-inspired style salad. One of my favorite, actually, she is my very favorite YouTube chef. Her name is Marion Glaspie, and she has a YouTube channel, huge YouTube channel. And she's half Thai, half Australian. I've mentioned her before, y'all. Y'all will hear a lot about the people I like to watch. I'm going to expand y'all horizons. But anyway, Marion is half Thai. Her mom is Thai. And so her mother growing up, of course, made her lots of Thai recipes and whatnot. And one of the things that she always used to make on her channel was this, like, I think it's called a lamb salad, Thai lamb. It's basically like a Thai style steak. They've seasoned it up, steak, sear the steak, and then they put it with some herbs, and that's the salad. Steak, herbs, and like a dressing, of course, made out of fish sauce. Traditionally, in that Thai salad with the fish sauce, they use palm sugar. We don't have palm sugar today, so we're going to use some brown sugar swerve. You can use brown sugar in substitute for the palm sugar. But if you can find palm sugar, which I could have gone to the Asian market and found it, I just didn't. I'm just trying to use what I have. I'm trying to stop buying so many ingredients because you buy that stuff and it ends up wasting. So this is where we are here today. All right, y'all. So let me go ahead, get my situation together. So we're going to season this shrimp. And I got a few questions to ask y'all because I really do, in regards to Carlee, like I said, I don't really care too much to drum over the details of what happened. We all know what happened. Homegirl lied. We know what happened. She lied. She made it up. So we ain't even going to go over what they talked about in the, press conference. But I do have a few questions, though, because, like I said, I'm concerned about where we're going as human beings and, like, our patterns here. It's a little bit concerning. My first question is basically about accountability. Like, when is Carlee going to make a public statement? Am I the only one concerned about the fact that she hasn't come forward? Like, I'm tired of people actually, let me say this, then we're going to season the shrimp. This is when I'm going to go hard. I'm actually kind of tired of people coddling her. Like, I'm really tired of people like, oh, it's okay. She made a mistake. We all made a mistake. Blah 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 blah. Oh, did she go? Did she go live? Because I didn't see that yesterday. It was a press conference yesterday, and her lawyer made a statement on her behalf. But I have not seen any videos of Carlee coming forward speaking to the public. I want Carlee to address the public, because guess what? The public was addressed with your fake disappearance. You got people up in arms, emotionally charged about this situation. It even became a whole thing about, Black women getting the limelight in terms of being disappeared. But yes, it was her lawyer. Is she scheduled for an interview? If she's scheduled for an interview, tell me the time and the place so I can be there. I'm going to have my fire stick on because I want to see it. She needs to address the public. If she's already scheduled an interview, then shout out to her. But if she haven't, Carlee, get your ass on TV. I'm saying it like that. You need to get your ass on TV and you need to tell the world what you did and why you did it. Period. Because it's unacceptable. And honestly, we need to hear from her, and we don't need nobody trying to be nice and asking her nice questions. We need like a Barbara Walters, Diane Sawyer type interview where she going in and they really don't care to, protect her feelings. They're going to ask the hard questions. Next thing, why did you do this? Why you do that? Was it for that boy? Was it for the boy? Because that's what the people are saying. That is what the people are saying. So Miss Peach Love, let me wash my hands again, y'all. I have to get some more gloves. My hands are all ready. So I cannot handle raw shrimp with my bare hands. So I have to have gloves. All right. I'm going to get another pair of gloves. My hands are already trying to itch. Okay. Derek Gaines says he agrees. Miss Peach Love says, no, she sent the note via her attorney. We need to hear from you and see you. You know what? Y'all lame. People were making excuses for her. She did it because she didn't think anyone would care, because no one cares about Black women going missing. They will make any excuse to avoid bad behavior. Right. And don't get me wrong. It is a thing about Black women going missing and people not reporting it. And it's not even just Black women. I live in Arizona. We have hundreds of Native American women that are just vanished and nobody knows where they are and nobody's really talking about it. So people, honestly, unless you are Becky with the good hair, that's typically the only way that you're going to get all of the news attention if you've gone missing. Y'all remember that girl that went to Bermuda or something and she went missing on a spring break? She was like 17, 18 years old, had just graduated high school. Y'all remember how much press that got? Hello, JonBenet Ramsey, even though a lot of that had to do with the fact they think her parents killed her. But still, like, Becky with the good hair get all the attention. So, like, I understand that mindset. And I can see from like a twisted point of view why she probably wasn't expecting the response that she got. But like, the fact still remains, you did it. It takes a special type of person to fake their disappearance. I mean, come on now. Especially, yes, that's the thing, y'all. Over the weekend, she was in Atlanta partying it up for her birthday, because her birthday just passed. I guess she's a Cancer. That makes sense. Cancers are lunatics. I know somebody in the chat is a Cancer. She's probably about to come for me right now. But a lot of Cancers are lunatics. I dated one and I am still in recovery, okay? I'm still recovering. But she was in Atlanta partying it up. Meanwhile, she was too distraught to talk to the Hoover police. All right. So let's start seasoning our shrimp. Our shrimp is going to be seasoned with, y'all already know, my favorite Kinder's seasoning. We're going to use this rub, this Japanese barbecue rub with soy, ginger, and garlic. So I'm going to Have that on here. Nice and scrumptious. It smells good. I had already closed it. So this, again, if for those of you that aren't familiar, I love Kinder seasonings. I use them all the time. I like to use them, their seasoning blends, because they aren't super high in sodium. This particular one is 120 milligrams per serving. So that's great. We're also going to put a few dashes of soy sauce on the shrimp, just a few, because we have a little bit of salt already. You don't have to use the soy sauce, but I wanted a little extra kick to it, a little extra Asian flavor. Next, I'm going to be zesting up a lime. I'm going to zest some ginger, and then I'm going to also zest garlic cloves. So even though all of those things, well, not the lime, but this ginger and the garlic are in the seasoning, y'all know I like to use fresh herbs and aromatics as much as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. If you don't have fresh garlic or ginger, you can also use garlic powder. You can use ginger powder. You can even buy the ginger paste and the garlic paste, or the minced garlic that's already chopped up, and just kind of season those. Make sure you rub it into the shrimp. So someone posted on IG that someone scheduled a sit down interview. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I still do understand why the law hasn't gone after. So that was going to be my next question. What's next? Like, are they going to be charging her? And if they charge her, what would they charge her with? I don't know if we have any people that are into the law. I should have asked my friend Crystal. She's an attorney in California. I should have asked her to come to the live. She be in court though, because she a real life lawyer. But I would love to know, like, if they are going to charge her, what would they charge her with? Like with Jussie, he could be charged. He was charged with, like, what wasn't it, like reporting a false crime or something? But with her, she didn't report a crime. So I don't know, like, how they could probably sue her for damages though. It would be like a civil suit. All right, so that was the ginger and the garlic, and then we're going to zest the lime. Peach love. The fact that she changed her. She's done too much. Like, she's done too much, and it lets me know that, like, the people around her aren't really, like, holding her accountable. So I have a daughter. She's only 12, and we haven't gotten to the stage of liking boys and dating and all that other kind of stuff. But, like, I just imagine, okay, you know what? Scratch that. I ain't even got to say my daughter. I can say one of my nieces, because I have adult nieces, right? And they're not my kids, but a little bit kind of. And if one of my nieces did something like this, like, I would really be feeling away. Like, I would for real want to cuss them out. Because, like, girl, what are you doing? Like, first of all, if it is true that she did this over a guy, girl, what? Like, seriously? Oh, okay. Child, please. Let's see. So, Miss Peach Love with the kitchen tip, talking about nuke the lime for 15 minutes to get more juice out of your limes. My Hispanic homegirl showed me that. Okay. I think you told me that before too. Oh, making a false statement to the FBI. Ooh. This is the story I talked about last time I was on here. She also had to pay for what the country spent on her. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like, as far as suing her, they would sue her to get money back, right? All right. So we got our lime. I'm not going to put the lime juice on right now. We're going to end our cooking the shrimp with the lime juice. If you put citrus onto shrimp prior to cooking it, it will start the cooking process. So do not put citrus juice, lemon or lime juice, even orange juice if you use oranges. Don't put that on there because the acid will cook it. Just use the zest. And then as you're cooking it, I would say as you're cooking it, like right when you're done, because you want that to be like one of the final flavors that you get. Or you can do it right before you cook. But literally, as soon as you're about to put it in the pan, squeeze the juice on there, then put it in the pan. All right. So we're just going to season this up and then put it off to the side. Oh, this is going to be so good. Oh, it smells so good. I like to smell my food when I'm seasoning it. That's how I know if it's well seasoned. That, and then my grandmother put her hand on my shoulders from heaven and say, okay, girl, that's enough. For real, that's what would be happening. All right, let's catch up on the comments. Miss Yvette is here. She says hello. She's like, y'all don't be late. Y'all be on time. I'm telling you. You could come in as you please, you know. This a party with a bunch of black people. I know some of y'all gonna be late. It's fine. There's sometimes I'm late too. You know, I gotta keep up with the stereotype. Carlee made a false statement to the police, so did her parents. That is true. My sister says, first of all they getting cussed out, and you know, like honestly, if this was my family member, I would really be having a lot to say to her because it's just like, girl, what were you thinking? Like, do you know, first of all, outside of like what the type of attention this got publicly and like, you know, the emotions that a lot of people in the public have, what about your parents? Like, are you okay with putting your parents through that type of stress? If I literally thought that my child was abducted for 48 hours, I would be a freaking lunatic. Any parent would like be going crazy if they thought that their child was abducted, because we all know the stories and the statistics. Typically people that are abducted, they don't return. All right, so we have some cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes. I'm just going to cut them in half. We're also going to chop up our shallot. I had to look at it because I couldn't think of what it was called. We have a shallot. We also have some cucumber we're going to be putting in the salad. And then we're just going to like break apart our cilantro. We're also going to be making, for the noodle portion of the salad, we're going to be using some rice noodles. Let me show y'all the rice noodles we're going to be using. We're going to be using like a rice vermicelli. I got this from where? The Asian market. So I already have some water back here. It's on a very low heat. But I'm going to bring the cooktop over here. And once we're done with the shrimp, we're going to, we're going to make the noodles first and rinse them off in cold water. That's how we keep them nice. And then we'll make the shrimp, put our salad together, and boom. It's going to be so quick and easy. The hardest part literally is the prep for this one. Okay. All right. So let's get back to the comments. I believe also wire fraud for GoFundMe. That lady got charged for and received funds for kidnapping victims. Good Jesus. Oh, well, all right. Yeah. Yes. She can't be a part of the sisterhood club. Oh, this is what I wanted to bring up. This is what Yvette was saying. True that too. She is really a selfish brat. At the end of the day, she's a selfish brat. I kind of see through Carlee. You know, she's not a city girl type black girl. That's for sure. She comes from a 2-parent home. Both of her parents are professionals. They live in a nice house. She went to college. She's a part of a Black Greek letter organization, not mine, but she's a part of one of them other ones. You know, like she has that, you know, Black elite type upbringing and experience. And I think that kind of feeds into why she felt the need to do something like this to get his attention. She probably, if the rumors are true about the boyfriend cheating on her with a stripper, if that is the truth, I'm pretty sure she felt the way that he would, because the DMs that were leaked pretty much the girl was trying to go after, Carlee was trying to go after the stripper girl and make the girl feel bad about the fact that Carlee said she's a nurse. Girl, you ain't no nurse. You got kicked out. But whatever. She said she's a nurse. She's rich. She's all these things. And this girl, she's trash. She's a stripper. So clearly she felt the way about the fact that her man would be with a stripper and not her. So but the fact that she would do this, sis, you ain't the only one who been cheated on. I've been cheated on before. It's fine. I've been cheated on before with somebody that I was like, ew, you did that over me? But hey, was I gonna go out here and do something crazy to get his attention? And I left him. So like I wasn't trying to get him back. I just don't understand the mindset behind all of that. I really don't. So I'm just confused. But if she's gonna be having an interview, great. I'll be excited to see it. Miss Peach Love says, that's what I'm saying. You know, I'm a fool. So playing these type of games would not look good for exactly. Like I just don't see the point. All right. So moving right along. So we have our tomatoes. We have our shallots for our salad. I'm going to cut up some cucumber. I have an English cucumber here. First, we will, okay, I have my peeler. First, we will peel it. Strippers are fun. And I'm sure, look, based off of how Carlee acted in this circumstance, there's probably a reason why. I'm not saying it's right. But there's probably a reason why homeboy went elsewhere, okay? I'm just saying. She's probably a little crazy. And homeboy, she did all this to get his attention. And other girls DMing him now. The whole world know who he is. His social media following done shot up. His sisters promoting her YouTube page. Y'all, it's a mess. I'm tired of these people. I just want to see Carlee on the TV telling the world how sorry she is and how she ain't shit and she was being a little brat and she's sorry again. So that's it. That's all with that. All right. So I want these to kind of be a little long. I'm not going to scoop this out because I don't feel like it, but you could scoop out the seeds. This is an English cucumber, so it's not like typical seeds, but whatever. So I'm going to just slice these up and that'll be our cucumber. So the next topic I want to discuss is Miss Jess Hilarious. So I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to what's going on with the whole Jess Hilarious situation. So first off, let me just say, I really was apprehensive about even talking about this because y'all know if you say anything, you have an adverse opinion about certain groups of people, you can literally get canceled on social media, right? So I wasn't going to talk about it, but it's kind of hard not to. Anyway, apparently there was a TikToker, a video on TikTok of some, I think it was a trans woman, basically saying, she says, okay, you don't own periods, you don't own womanhood, you experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you. So you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello. I'm not showing the clip. Because if I show the clip, I'm going to get emotionally charged. And like, I ain't going there. I'm not showing the clip. But that was the quote. I can read it again so y'all can feel it, okay? I'll read it again and then we'll make the dressing for ourselves. The quote was, okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You just experience both. This is me, so y'all can get the, the dramatics with it. And both are very different for every person, but as a cisgender or as a cis woman, It doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. I mean, like, hello, that's what they said, right? That's what they said. That's what they said. So apparently, Jess replied to this, and she went off and all of this, all of this. I don't want to repeat the comments. I don't even want to show the clip because, like I said, it'd be a little too controversial, and I'm really not trying to go that route. So I'm gonna leave that to them. However, I will say this. Oh, before I say this, I will say that there has been a lot of going back and forth. I know that T.S. Madison has got involved. And if you are not familiar with T.S. Madison is a trans woman. She started her career on the adult film industry. I ain't gonna say what her name is, but T.S. Madison is a trans woman who has not had a reassignment surgery. So, yeah, her adult movie career has been very interesting. That's how she kind of rose to fame, and then she kind of crossed over. She used to do videos with Kaya. She's worked with my favorite social media personality, Funky Dineva. She's done a lot of different things. Okay, so everybody know who T.S. Madison is if you in that world. Flame Monroe has come out and said things. Flame Monroe, another trans woman. But Flame Monroe is a very interesting person in general because first, Flame Monroe has kids and lives his life as a dad to his kids, but is like presents as a trans woman to the media, has done like a special with what's the oh God, not her name. She was on Girls Trip, comedian Tiffany Haddish. She was on Flame Monroe was on a Netflix special with Tiffany Haddish, all that kind of stuff. So that's how Flame Monroe, comedian, stand up, got his flame, him, she, her. That's what he says. That's what Flame Monroe, that's how refers to himself. Him, she, her. Anyway, all these people have gotten involved, right? Everybody has said their opinion, all this other kind of stuff. It's even been numerous videos on YouTube about this very, very topic. I just want to know, why are we here? Like, why are we here? So before I give like a whole rundown of my opinions, I'm going to share a little story with y'all. This story time. It's story time with Terry. So in the meantime, I'm going to be making this dressing. We're going to be using some fish sauce. This brand is the Three Crabs brand that a lot of Vietnamese and Korean people show, and Thai people, I'm sorry. Vietnamese and Thai show online. It's really good. When you're buying fish sauce, they say you can buy any brand, but try to get some that's not like completely dark. This has been in the fridge for a little bit, so it does darken over time. But when you buy it at the store, you want it to be brown, but still be able to be translucent so you can see through it. If it's really dark, then that means it's old. So you want to just get some that you can still see through while you're at the store. But of course, just know when you come home, and you put it in the fridge, after you use it, it will get darker. Fish sauce is very strong, but y'all, it's so good. It's so good. And when you add like the citrus and the sugar, it tastes real good. All right. So I'm going to first add in 1/4 cup of fish sauce. We're going to play around with this dressing. I'm also going to add in a tablespoon of brown sugar swerve. Like I said earlier, traditionally they use palm sugar. We're going to use brown sugar swerve. I'm going to start with a heaping tablespoon, and then we'll add more later if we want to. I also have one little Thai chili. They didn't have any red ones. They only had green ones I had to sift through, and I found this orange one so we can have a little color. So I'm going to cut it up really small. Traditionally, they'll use Thai red chilies. Thai chilies are very spicy, so use at your own risk. If you don't want to use those, you can use some red pepper flakes. I'm just going to put in one because I don't need it to be super hot. Instead of, actually, no, we'll use fresh. We'll use fresh because this is juicy. So when I was in college, my last year of college, I worked at the gas station. It was called MAPCO. and it was like a convenience store. It was actually a really nice convenience store. Everybody who worked there was in college. So all of my, except for like a few people, everybody was either TSU students, FIS students, whatever, right? So we all worked at this MAPCO. And one of the girls that I met there, her name was Elizabeth. When I first met her, like I said, her name was Elizabeth. White girl. I think she was very young. She was younger than me. I was already super young. She was younger than me, a few years younger. When I first met her, I was introduced to her as a lesbian. As our time working at MAPCO, she started to transition. And she came out, she told everybody at the store that she now will be referred to as Jordan. She had the surgery to remove her breasts, and she started hormone therapy to transition from a woman to a man, right? So she's a trans man now, Jordan. He is a trans man. So, all right, this is the lime juice. Real Bravado Network, I see you in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for the support. Just putting in the juice of one lime. So while we were at the store, Jordan and I were pretty cool. Her girlfriend even worked at the his girlfriend, goddamn, worked at the store. So I remember one day, like, we started talking, and I don't know how we got on the topic, but we were really just discussing like her transition, and I was asking her about her mom and like how things were going, how her mom was taking it. She expressed to me how her mother was, it was hard for her mom. It was easier for her mom to take that she was a lesbian, but the trans part was difficult for her mother, and it took her mom a while. But thanks to her mom, that's how she was getting the surgery to remove her breast. Anyway, we got to the discussion about the psychology behind Jordan wanting to transition from Elizabeth to Jordan, basically. And the one thing that I will say that I learned from Jordan, she literally told me that it was not about her liking girls or anything like that. It was legitimately, she felt like she was a man in a girl's body. And so I said, okay, I accepted it. And that's what it was, right? That's what it was. That's what it was going to be. And I was good with it. It made me understand where she was coming from. Because honestly, prior to that, that was the first person I had ever met who was transgendered. Honestly, I had only met like lesbians and gay men, and half the time they was lying too. So like, but Jordan helped me understand. And so from there, you know, the more and more like we've seen trans topics in the media, like I've always come from that perspective to be respectful, right? But now we're here at this point where you have trans women that were born, that means they were born boys or men biologically. These trans women like competing in a way with biological women. And I'm trying to understand why. Like, me as a woman who has given birth to another child, to another human being, who has experienced menstruation since 11 years old, who has breasts and all those things. Me as a woman, I have my lane. I stay in my lane. I am not trying to be a man. I ain't trying to be nobody else but Terry, Coco, Swole, the chick you see on YouTube who like to cook, okay? And then I also feel like trans women, or even trans men, but trans women, they have a lane. Some of them have sexual reassignment surgery. Some of them keep their original body parts. They live their lives. They do their thing. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And what I'm doing ain't got nothing to do with them. But I do have a problem with the fact that we're in a place where it seems as though the world is making so many adjustments for one very small group of people. And it's almost like they're alienating this entire group of other people that's much bigger and contributes to the world quite grandly, okay? If it was, the world wouldn't multiply if women like me didn't exist, okay? You got to have a woman who can actually bear a child in order for the world to continue to go, and humans, for the human race to continue to go on in time. So I just don't understand like the back and forth, the bickering. It's really weird. Part of me feels like I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Part of me feels like it's almost, I hate, for the longest time I didn't want to say it was an agenda, but at this point I feel like it's something, because it's just like, why all the tension? I feel the same way about this trans women versus biological women. I feel the same way about that I feel about this whole gender wars thing between black men and black women. I feel like it's dumb, it's stupid, it's distracting us from something that we actually need to be paying attention to, and I'm tired of it. Sometimes I feel like we need more brown sugar swerve. Sometimes I feel like some of the headlines that I see online are kind of fake. Because I remember I saw something about they will now be referring to, instead of saying like a vagina, I think they were saying something like a bonus hole or something, some shit. I don't think that was for real, but like, it's just little things like that. Like, why is this such a big deal? Now I know that like a lot of people have things to say because they are some states that are making it easier for kids to transition and all that other kind of stuff, but I ain't really trying to get into that. This is just some lime juice, bottled lime juice. I just don't understand, what's the beef? What we beefing on? Because I'm going to keep it real. How you going to hate from outside of the club? You can't even get in. Like, me as a woman who was able to have a child, I am in a different lane than someone who was born Jeffrey and decided he wanted to be Jessica. That's just true tea. We are in two totally different lanes. I'm not trying to be in her lane, and she don't need to be in mine. We don't need to bicker back and forth, because I guarantee you the man that I want ain't the man you going after either. Okay? So like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Let's see what y'all talking about in the comments. Let's see what y'all talking about. I just feel like, let them folks be who or what they want, but don't label me because you feel you require a label or assignment. I agree with that. I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. The whole pronoun thing annoys me. When people ask me what my pronouns are, I say, you can't tell who I am? I have a child, so guess. Let's see. Yes. And that's another thing. That's the thing that I like about Flame Monroe, because Flame Monroe is like a good 60 something years old. Okay. It's an old trans woman. Been on the scene for a long time. And even she be like, y'all doing too much. Like, I don't understand why this is so much in the media. Let's see. Look, and the whole period thing is weird to me. Like, first of all, what? Okay, I will say this. Oh, that's getting there. That's getting there. I will say this. It is a little weird when I saw some things like people that have periods. I'm like, wait, we can't. What? People who breastfeed, people who give birth. You can't just say woman. Like, I just felt like all of that was weird. And I think because of that, and because a lot of the pushback that women were having regarding those types of changes and all that kind of stuff, that's where this whole like tension has happened. But I still think it's silly. I still think it's absolutely silly. And again, why are we here? All right. So we've made our dressing. We have seasoned our shrimp, cut our veggies. Now it is time to cook the shrimp and cook our noodles so we can have our, actually we're going to cook the noodles first, then we're going to cook our shrimp. Take this down. Let's see. Me too. I don't like it. Sorry. I don't like it. I don't want nobody calling me sis nothing. Like, call me sis, like, hey, sis. But, like, sis, no. I don't really understand. And then I saw something online. Somebody was like, those terms have been around for a long time. Okay. I don't care if it's been around a long time. The CUNT word has been around a long time. The hard ER word, the N word with the hard ER has been around for a long time. Like, that don't mean I want people calling me that. Okay. I don't care what's been around. Don't call me that. My name is Terry. You can call me Terry. You can call me Coco, Swole. You can call me Marquita. That's my middle name. You can call me. I'd even rather you call me bitch. Okay, but don't do that. Like, if we can have a population of people who say they don't want to be referred to as he or she, they want to be referred to as they and them, then I can say don't say sit. I don't really like that. I don't. Sorry. All right, I'm plugging up my cooktop and then we're going to get started. All right. Let's pull this up. All right, y'all talkative today. Let me see what else y'all saying in the comments. Let me scroll down. You know what? Craig in the comment acting up. I can't pull that up. Let's see. There are artificial embryos now, so bye. I'm not going there. And they are conducting experimental uterine. Miss Peach Love says, I love Flame. She don't agree with all this. No, she doesn't. Flame has been T.S. Madison actually disagrees with a lot of what Flame Monroe says. All right. So this water has already been getting hot on our stove. So I'm going to turn the water up. So with our rice noodles, I couldn't find them. These are the rice noodles, the vermicelli. We're only going to put them in there for a few minutes. And then afterwards, we'll put them in a colander and rinse them in cold water so that they can be nice and ready for our salad. They come in like these little bundles here. I'm going to make 2 of them because I don't know how big it'll look. So we'll just do that. I'm going to let the water boil. And while this water is boiling, coming up to a boil, let's see. Exactly. Pay me. Hello. So yeah, that's my little take on this Jess Hilarious thing. I mean, again, I don't have any issues with people living, however, being who they want to be. I honestly feel like people need to live their truth. I went to a HBCU. Anybody who knows anything about HBCUs, you know, it's mostly Black women and it's a lot of gay men. Okay. And I'm going to keep it real. There were several people I was friends with in college that were struggling with their sexuality, several men and women, but especially the men, they struggled a lot with their sexuality. And it's just like now we're in our late 30s and a lot of them are now feeling more comfortable with being who they are. Of course, like the world has changed a little bit. So like people are definitely more accepting, but like 10, 15 years ago, people weren't as accepting, right? So like it was difficult for people to live their truth. And I don't like for people to not be able to live their truth because that's when we start having a whole lot of mess and rigmarole. We don't need people living double lives and stuff because they don't feel comfortable with living their life out loud. Please do what you do. This is the thing though. You ain't got to change what I got going on. Okay. We don't have to change the whole world just so that you can feel comfortable. Because you really can feel comfortable being you. As long as ain't nobody doing nothing to you, I mean, hey, we all been Black since we've been born. And I'm sure we've been in spaces that we weren't welcome, but we were still there and we had to live through it. And I'm just going to keep it at that. And we going to move right along. let's see what I asked those people to transplant my uterus 22 years ago. I said I give it to a woman who has problems conceiving and carrying to term. They declined. Sounded like Dwight Howard in that interview he had, and he mentioned his sexuality. Speaking of sexuality, y'all hear that Keke Palmer says she's bisexual now? Okay, girl. I saw that interview and I was like, I mean, hey, again, I don't care what people do. Live your truth. Look, I have family members that have multiple kids and now they got wives and girlfriends. So look, I don't give a damn what people do. Do you and what makes sense. However, I'm just gonna say this about Keke. I find it awfully convenient that like you're coming out with this bit of information after all of that stuff went down with you and your baby daddy. But okay, Real Bravado Network says he identifies as Batman and Superman. Congratulations. Tasha's Keke, yes, she needs to sit down. I agree. Right. Like that's my thing. I just feel like she just on some other stuff. Like if she was really, not saying she's not bisexual, but like I just feel like why now? Why now do you have to announce that to the world? It just seems like it's real convenient. And because we live in this world that is very particular about this population of people, I feel like she knows it's going to garner a lot of attention. I also feel like she's doing this to make sure her name remains relevant. Because let's keep it real. Everybody want to be on the internet talking about Keke, our cousin, but like Keke is not Raven Simone. Raven Simone was Disney princess, okay? Raven Simone got long money because she been a child star on some of the biggest shows in TV. And sis is going to always be relevant because she was that so Raven, okay? Also, some of the other child stars that we know that was around. I mean, Keke, she's a child star. She did her movies, but she ain't no A-list celebrity. So I really need people to stop acting like she is. And like all of this is really just a way for her to remain relevant and stay in the blogs so that her name could be on top of mind so that people can think, oh, we can get Keke to do it. But don't sit here and act like she ain't the girl that played in Blackish. What's the little girl that went to, now she on College-ish. Grownish. What's that girl? I don't know her name. Tasha says, I told everyone that this was a PR stunt that Keke pulled and she is with that man. They need that money. It probably was. Y'all acting up. Miss Peach Love says she identifies as Beyonce's best friend. She really does identify as Beyonce's best friend. Her and Beyonce have the same birthday, so she thinks that means something. Smoke and Talk is in the building. What's up, Baltimore? Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Smoke and Talk. It was Samir's birthday the other day, and they had a birthday special. He was getting lit on the internet. Shout out to y'all. Okay, so we're waiting on this water to boil. I wish it would hurry up because I'm hungry, y'all. I'm actually really hungry. This is my lunch for today, so I need this to hurry up. We're gonna make these rice noodles super quick, 2 to 3 minutes, really till it gets to the right consistency that we want, like that al dente texture that we love for pasta. So we'll do that. Then we're gonna make our shrimp. Then we're gonna put the salad together. Just to kind of go over the ingredients while we're waiting on our water. We got some rice noodles that we're waiting to cook. We also have our shrimp, big shrimp. Oh, here's the shrimp. I can show y'all what it looks like. Let me use a fork because I cannot hold this up with my bare hand. So this is the shrimp. We have some really nice sized shrimp that we've seasoned up with our Kinder seasoning. Y'all know I love Kinders. So we have that Kinder's Japanese barbecue rub. I also put some fresh ginger and garlic onto the shrimp as well as some lime zest. We'll finish that off when we cook it with some lime juice. We also have cut up some cucumbers, some cherry tomatoes, shallots. We made our Asian dressing with fish sauce, brown sugar swerve, and lime juice, and some Thai chili. We doing it in. It's gonna be good, y'all. I'm gonna have to put her in the same category that we put Carlee Russell in, a little crazy. All right. So, last thing I want to discuss, and I know some of the fellas probably will roll their eyes, but I don't care. So, not sure if y'all know, but the queen bee of reality TV was interviewed recently, and today they released part 1. So Nene Leakes of Real House of Atlanta actually had an interview with Carlos King. If you don't know, Carlos King is actually the producer. He was a former executive producer of Real Housewives of Atlanta. So he's very familiar with the ladies. He knows him and Nene are actually like kind of friends in real life. And so they interview, and y'all, I watched the interview. The interview was everything. It was everything. I do not watch reality TV anymore, but I will tell y'all this. Back in the day when Real Housewives, first of all, if you don't know, for those that don't know the history behind Real Housewives, first of all, most people know, especially Black people, most of us know about Real Housewives of Atlanta, of course, because it was like the first reality TV show of its kind about Black people. But Real Housewives actually started in Orange County. The first franchise was Real Housewives of OC with Vicki Gunvalson, okay? The OG of Real Housewives, and all those ladies they were in Orange County, in Coto de Casa, behind the gated communities, right? These were wealthy women who were housewives, and they were showing their lives, right? And then they had Real Housewives of OC a few seasons, and I think around, I want to say, Celeste says in the 2010s, Real Housewives reigned supreme. Yes, it did. Real Housewives of Atlanta. But they started, then they moved the franchise. I think they did New York and Atlanta. They came out around the same time. That's when they saw Real Housewives were going to take off, so we need to add it in different cities. So there was New York, and of course, y'all know the money was real long in New York. The money was super long in New York. And then we had Real Housewives of Atlanta. And look, people can feel how they want to feel about reality TV. I have my personal opinions about reality TV. Okay, before I go into this, I'm going to put in the noodles into this hot water. And I'm going to get my tongs, and we're going to kind of swish it around to get this process started. But yeah, people can have their opinions about Real Housewives and about reality TV. But to be perfectly honest, Real Housewives of Atlanta took reality TV to a whole different level. And let me tell y'all about these rice noodles. Technically, the water doesn't have to have a strong boil. We just need it really hot because these noodles don't take a long time to cook at all. Once they're done, we're going to be rinsing them off in cold water. These are more like glass noodles. Okay. This is going to be good. Okay, we're going to take these off that quick because I don't want them to overcook. So, Real Housewives of Atlanta, it literally was the first of its kind because, like I said, there was no other shows on TV that were actually showcasing Black women in this light. The first season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, literally everybody was married. Everybody was a housewife. Most of them, well, not everybody was married. Kim wasn't married. Kim had Big Papa. but she still wasn't a working woman. She was being kept by a man. Okay. And this is what they were doing. Of course, as time went on, things have changed, it has evolved, and here we are. But like, because of Real Housewives of Atlanta, all these other shows became a thing. And everybody knows the biggest name that has since come, not just from Real Housewives of Atlanta, but Real Housewives in general, is who? NeNe Leakes. NeNe Leakes kind of came on the scene, and baby, she tore it up. She tore it up. She was on the show for several seasons. Of course, things have happened. Things have changed. She's no longer on the show. But I can tell you, I still follow NeNe on Instagram. Y'all, people are constantly talking about the show needs NeNe back. I think NeNe needs to move on. I don't think she needs to go back. I'm glad she's done. I'm glad that a lot of the old housewives are done. Just stop. Don't try to make fetch happen. You had your run. Let's be done with it. Okay, we good here. We're good here. Now we're going to cook our shrimp. All right, let's see what y'all talking about. Auntie NeNe, yes. I usually do have hot water. Well, this water was on for a while. I just had it on low. But yes, that is right. Actually, one of my favorite Jamaican YouTubers, when she's making stuff, because you know Jamaicans, they stew dang near every bit of meat that they cook. And so they will she keeps a kettle of water, and then when she's adding water to her pots, it's already hot. It's already boiling. So yeah. Yes, Kim had Big Papa, and yes, New York was my show as well. I love Real Housewives of New York. That's why I like Bethany Frankel. But then Atlanta came and tore the game up. Like, honestly, Atlanta, they stole the spotlight. They were the stars. At one point, I think on the interview that NeNe did, they said season 6 of Real Housewives of Atlanta was the biggest season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and the biggest, had the most ratings of any show on Bravo. All right. I was going to use my spray, my coconut oil spray, but it is not. I'm out of that. So we're going to use some actual coconut oil. Our pot is ready. And we're going to sear this shrimp up. We're not going to add in all the shrimp at the same time, because we want the shrimp, we want to get a good sear. We want the shrimp to be pretty in our salad. So yeah, season 6 was the biggest season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. You know, one of the things that I loved about the interview, NeNe was real and raw. Her and Carlos have known each other for years, so she was able to talk about her experiences. NeNe was giving the whole tea. She was giving a whole lot of tea about the show, about things that happen behind scenes, about her relationships with people, all that. I really appreciate it. For those of you that also don't know, recently there was a headline about NeNe's oldest son, Bryce. He was charged with like possession of drugs, and even said that he was his younger brother, Bryson, or Brent. Wait, am I confusing the two? Bryce is the oldest one and Brent is the youngest one. So he was telling the cops that his name was Brent as opposed to Bryce. He was trying to fake like he was his younger brother. Anyway, NeNe even discussed that. She said that her son has really been suffering with drug addiction. And you could tell it was kind of hard for her to discuss, but I appreciate the fact that she was very open and honest. She even said that Lamar Odom has reached out to her and offered to pay for her son or have her son come to his recovery center, because y'all know Lamar Odom has struggled with this smoke. He struggled with drug addiction. But I really just want to bring it up, y'all, because, you know, NeNe, it can be a little problematic. Everybody has their opinions about NeNe, and all that kind of stuff. She always brought the drama. But one thing that I appreciated about this interview was the fact that Carlos gave Nene her flowers. Like, you could feel however you want to feel about Nene, but at the end of the day, if it wasn't for Nene, we wouldn't know who a lot of these people that we see on the blogs are, because there wouldn't be a reason to know them, because there wouldn't be any of these reality shows. Nene and Real Housewives of Atlanta are the reason why we even have a Love and Hip Hop, Love and Marriage, Huntsville, all these shows. All right. So I'm going to take this shrimp off. As you can see, we just seared it on both sides. The shrimp is very quick to cook, so we don't want it to overcook. Ooh. I'm going to cook the last bit of shrimp as well. I'm going to put a little bit more oil. Uh-oh. Then we're going to add in our last bit of shrimp. I always do this. I say I'm not supposed to handle shrimp with my bare hands, but then I'll handle shrimp with my bare hands. Let's see. I see Celeste's comment. I'm going to pull it up. We are almost done, y'all. We had a good combo, too. Celeste says, I love Nene. Can't say that I love the rest of the reality shows that Exactly. Well, I'll say this. I did watch New Jersey. I loved Real Housewives of New Jersey, Real Housewives of New York, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Real Housewives of Potomac. I did not like Miami. I did not like Dallas. I don't watch Utah. All these other ones they've tried to. No, wasn't me. They tried to have a Real Housewives of DC that lasted 1 year, like 1 or 2 seasons. That was too problematic. Having a Real Housewives of DC was too problematic. It was too close to like what was going on in the world, and so no. No, you did not miss the finish. So yeah, I'm just really excited that Nene got a chance to talk to the public, to address some things. She talked about Greg, her divorce and remarriage to Greg. She talked about Greg's death and mourning his death. She talked about dating that African dude that she was dating. And that's just only part 1. Part 2, I think they're going to get into like the real meats and potatoes of her time on Real Housewives. Did y'all know? Fun fact. Did y'all know? And she said this. Actually, I know y'all didn't know unless you watch the interview, because she said this on the interview. They only made $10,000 the first season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. For 3 months of filming, they paid them $10,000. And for the reunion, they gave them a $5,000 bonus. Can you imagine? Especially knowing. Woo! We cooking today, y'all. Especially knowing how much money Real Housewives has made. Bravo. That first season, like the show was a hit instantly. Instantly, the show was a hit. They made so much money off of those women. Let's take this down while I move things around. Let's remove our cooktop, and then we're going to assemble this salad, y'all. And I'm excited because your girl is hungry. All right. So let me get another bowl. Let's do a bigger bowl. Let's see. Before we do that, let's see y'all comments. Don't do that. Do not do that. Yes, girl. That Real Housewives, I even think they have a few like international franchise of Real Housewives. I don't watch all that. Like I said, I stopped watching reality TV. One of the reasons why I stopped watching it is because honestly, y'all, I grew up. I started watching reality TV. Literally, Real Housewives of Orange County came out when I was still at Fisk. So it was before 2007. I was 21, 22, watching Real Housewives. I'll be 38 in a few weeks. I don't need to keep watching that stuff, okay? It's been long enough. It's been long enough. I grew up, and also I was tired of seeing like the same thing, because after so many seasons, even though they changed, they started adding in new women, but then it just became like people who just wanted to be on the show for clout, old celebrities and stuff. It just got tired. Like, nobody cares about you. Like, I want to see real people with money, not like famous people with money. Famous people with money do act a little bit different. And then here we are with this Atlanta culture. All right, y'all, let's assemble this salad. Yeah, they were the lowest when Real Housewives of Atlanta came out. Now NeNe was the top. Yeah, NeNe ended, I think her last season, she was making like $2 million. She was making a couple million. She was making millions. I'll just say it like that. Definitely, reality TV is like a thing of our 20s. At least Real Housewives. I'll say it like that. All right, so I'm going to start. Oh, forgot to pull up the camera. We're going to assemble our salad. We're going to start with a little bit of our noodles. Okay. We are going to, let's start with our herbs. So for our herbs in this salad, because remember I said we're adding in herbs, that's more traditional way of having like these little salads, a little Thai salad that we're kind of taking this off of. We're going to be using some cilantro. So we're just going to break the cilantro up because we want it to be a little bit rustic. We don't want like chopped cilantro. Okay. So we'll add in a little cilantro. We're going to add some mint. So we'll add some of the mint leaves. I'm not going to add in a whole lot of mint leaves because I don't want the mint flavor to be extremely strong. But we also have our dressing that is very pungent. All right. So yeah, Real Housewives is a thing of the past, but I highly recommend y'all watch the interview. I thought it was just really nice to kind of have this moment with NeNe. I love her dynamic and chemistry with Carlos King. I like the fact that he was an old producer on the show, so he had a lot of opinions. He had a lot of news he could share and could back up some of the things that NeNe, some of the claims that NeNe made. So great interview. I loved it. Again, she talked about her son and his issues with drug addiction. So it was nice. It was nice. All right. And also, I'm glad that NeNe got her flowers because Carlos gave NeNe her props and the due that she was, the justice she was due. Because if it was not for NeNe, Real Housewives of Atlanta would not be what it is today. Let's just call a thing a thing. Whether you like her or not, you got to make it known that NeNe was that girl. So I'm going to add in a little bit. Oh, this is pretty already. A little red tomato. Some cucumber. And then we're going to do some shallots. I'm going to try to break it up a little bit. I don't want it to stay together. All right. Then we'll just toss this kind of nicely. I'm going to add it to our bowl. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. We're going to have our veggies here. This salad is really light. One of the reasons why I wanted to make a salad today, y'all, it's hot as hell. Y'all know I live in Phoenix. Yesterday, I think it broke the record at 119 degrees, I want to say. I noticed it was super hot yesterday, but I just, at this point, it has been over 110 degrees for 27 or 28 days straight, so almost a month. I'm hot. So I don't even look at the temperature no more because all it's going to do is piss me off. Okay? All right. Last thing. Oh, wait. We need our dressing. I'm going to pour a little bit of the dressing over. Well, not a little bit. We're going to drizzle our dressing. Ooh. Oh, it smells good. If you've ever been to like a Vietnamese restaurant, then the dressing that they give you like a fish sauce dressing with their Vietnamese noodle bowls. Y'all, it's so good. All right. Last thing, we're going to add our shrimp. This is so cute. This is cute. Let me make it real cute. Okay. Oh, I'm excited, y'all. Look at this. Let's see. One more little drizzle. And then we'll be done. Let's see. If I have another piece of mint. All right. One last little drizzle of dressing just over the shrimp. Just a tiny bit. And that's it. We're done. All right, y'all. Presenting to you our Asian noodle salad with shrimp. Very light, very easy. It's literally rice noodles, vermicelli, our vermicelli noodles. I swear these are like, they're giving more translucent noodles. But our vermicelli noodles, we have our shrimp that has been seasoned very nicely. We also have some tomatoes, cucumbers, mint, cilantro inside. We also have our dressing that we made with fish sauce, some Thai chili, some brown sugar swerve, and lime juice. So here is our salad. It is perfect for a day like this where you don't want to have a bunch of cooking over a hot stove for a long period of time. You don't want to turn on the oven. You just want to have a good little situation. Good, filling, hearty. Okay, we're going to take a picture. I am going to take a video. And of course, y'all know we got to try it out. Okay. I see y'all in the comments. Y'all said this looks yummy. I know, right? Thank you. I feel like it looks delicious. Also, y'all, I'm not sure if y'all have seen it yet, but I have already scheduled my live for Friday. Y'all, I've been preparing for this live since Monday. I'm very excited about it. It's going to be a great live. We are going to be talking about first dates. Oh, the lighting. Oh, shout out to Craig. Hey, Craig. With the light. Come on, lighting. Okay. So we're going to be talking about first dates on Friday. I have put up a few polls on my Instagram stories, and people have answered. I have also had the privilege of getting first date stories from women, actual stories from their first date, the most memorable. We're not just focusing on bad first dates. I want to focus on good. I can't wait to share these stories, y'all. So If you're watching, if you're a lady, fellas, I'm not gonna ask y'all about y'all. Maybe one day I'll ask the fellas questions and stories. But first, we're gonna start with the ladies. Ladies, please, whether you're married, single, divorced, I want to know your most memorable dating, first date, very first date story, whether it was good or bad. I will share it on the live. I will be sharing everything anonymously, so I won't be giving names, but I will be letting y'all know, like, if the person is single, if the person all that kind of stuff, married, single, whatever. I'll let that information know if it's available. Most of the people who actually sent me their stories, I know them in some capacity. All right, y'all, I'm hungry. We're about to try this salad. Y'all ready? Yvette, you ain't that old, and it's not that hard to remember. You know what? People get a little age on them, and they swear they so old. They swear they can't remember nothing. Okay, so we got a little bit of the noodles, some of the tomato, and I'm gonna cut a piece of the shrimp. Lord, this is a lot. It's a big bite, but it's fine. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God. Baby. Listen. I think y'all know by now that I know flavors, okay? I know flavors, combinations. I know how you can have a party in your mouth from food. Don't be going to the other way. This salad, it is so simple. But I'm telling y'all, that fish sauce, the herbs, it just takes it to a whole nother level. I've actually started making my regular salads with herbs inside of them. Y'all can tell I'm hungry and it's good because I keep chewing. I'm going to take one more bite, then we're going to wrap up. It's another winner. Tasha says, Real Housewives of Dubai is good. Haven't seen that one. Oh, I got a piece of mint. I said I was done eating. Candy and Carlos, they beefing. I don't know. I don't keep up with Candy. I don't like Candy Burris. I don't like her. She's annoying. She's boring. She was born on Real Housewives. She got on my nerves because she came on trying to act like she was better than everybody, in my opinion. I felt like I sound like Nene, in my opinion. But in my opinion, she came on with this air about her because she was Candy from SWV or Escape, sorry. And all this. People talking about, oh, she already got money. Okay, so if you got all this money, why you on Real Housewives with women who live off of their husbands? You on the same show that they on, and you did all this work and they ain't do nothing. So you ain't better than nobody. Shout out to Candy, though, for doing what she was supposed to do, coming on Real Housewives and building a brand and building all her businesses up. So shout out to her. I think season 6 was the season that Nene had the little party, the little pillow talk party, and Apollo and them started fighting. Girl, it was a mess. Yes, thank y'all so much. Yvette swear she old. Derek is a mess. All right, y'all. That is all I got. Ain't got no more. Again, I will be back on Friday. The live is already scheduled. This Friday at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, we are going to be discussing first dates. If you are not already following me on Instagram, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and follow me on Instagram. My Sexy is Strong. If you're a lady, please go ahead and answer the questions. Send me your first date story, especially if you married. Send me your first date story with your man. Your man. Okay? Send me that. We're going to have a good time on Friday. We making some boozy wings. So Derek will be excited. So make sure y'all tune in. And last but not least, Celeste says, thank you again, Terry, for showing us that healthy food does not have to be bland. Yes, it doesn't. Y'all, this salad is so good. Make sure y'all check it out. Y'all try it out. Again, thank y'all so much for all the support. Shout out to Derek Gaines, the stream sponsor for his $30 cash app. Shout out to you, Derek. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you with your boozy self over here. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. I'm going to see y'all on Friday. Y'all have a good one. Bye.